But I want to go back to the royal scandals now, Sophie, and these revelations that the former Prince Andrew used to have prostitutes coming to Buckingham Palace.
Along with previous controversies, a new disclosure has emerged during a taxpayer-funded visit to Thailand. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the former Duke of York, was reportedly involved in one of the most shocking incidents of royal misconduct ever. Spoken about historian Andrew Lai says this was not diplomacy in any form, but excessive indulgence on a royal scale. If the reports are correct, 40 women, a luxury hotel, and a full week were all covered by public money, making it one of the worst misuses of taxpayer funds connected to a modern royal. This raises a deeper question. As the palace faces pressure to act, what led Andrew to this stage? And what truths still remain buried behind palace walls? Once celebrated as the Queen's favorite son, his reputation has collapsed completely. Even Royal Lodge, the grand 30-room estate in Windsor, is at risk after his duties and honors were removed. Historian Andrew Lowy points out that Andrew's story traces back to 2001 when he became the UK trade ambassador at 41, financially comfortable and, according to Life, facing a midlife crisis. Andrew allegedly treated the role as an opportunity for luxury rather than national service. The most disturbing allegations center on his Thailand trip during celebrations for the Thai king's birthday. The entire visit was paid for by British taxpayers, yet Lai says Andrew refused embassy lodging and demanded 5-star hotels, and he reportedly repeated this behavior across most official trips, adding up to 2 extra private weeks to each journey. Then the major revelations surfaced. Lowy claims that around 40 women were paid to visit Andrew's hotel suite over 4 days, a detail he says was supported by multiple witnesses, including a Thai royal family member and a Reuters journalist.
And now there's these allegations that he had prostitutes in at Buckingham Palace and that his late mother did know about it. And these reports emerged from the author of the new book entitled Andrew Lowney, a British author and historian who I spoke to in detail.
According to Lowry, Andrew acted without moral boundaries and carried a strong sense of entitlement. He allegedly used his ambassador role for personal pleasure and financial advantage rather than the interests of Britain. It is claimed he blended official business with private motives while traveling, a pattern disguised as diplomatic work. Charles, who was Prince of Wales at the time, had reportedly warned against giving Andrew the position, saying he would spend his time golfing and chasing women, and the accounts shared over time seemed to support that warning. Lowy says staff, diplomats, and advisors either feared him or were too loyal to challenge his behavior. He was known for being short-tempered, demanding, and unwilling to accept refusal. Those who worked near him believed he viewed his public role as a personal privilege, blurring the lines between service and self-interest. Behind the scenes, he allegedly used every royal perk at his disposal, but the scandal stretches beyond personal access. Lai also states that Andrew used his influence to support financial interests linked to himself and certain associates. One businessman, David Rollins, reportedly gained meetings and even a Middle Eastern banking license through Andrew's involvement. Government archives still contain files detailing these trips and transactions.
Bears. He has like 40 teddy bears that have to be assembled and arranged perfectly. Staff are given a chart to arrange Prince Andrew's teddy bears on his bed every day. So there's quirky stuff, but there's also just stuff in there about how, especially in recent years since he's left the royal family, that he takes it out on staff because he is in isolation. He is in this sprawling problem.
UI describes the situation as a long-running silence with files still hidden that should have been open to the public years ago, and the longer they stay sealed, the more questions arise. For years, the palace attempted to manage the fallout, issuing warnings, temporary removals, and quiet efforts to keep Andrew out of view. But circumstances have shifted. King Charles has now ordered Andrew to leave Royal Lodge and removed his remaining honors, and Thailand was not the only issue. During his 2010 taxpayer-funded trip to Hong Kong, staff reportedly witnessed a steady flow of paid escorts being taken to Andrew's top-floor suite. Although such arrangements are legal in Hong Kong, the outrage came from Andrew's official status, the public nature of the visit, and the fact that taxpayers covered major costs. Court circular records confirm his schedule of business meetings, bank visits, and elite dinners in Hong Kong and mainland China before and after the alleged events. Meanwhile, aides and interviews have described his private activities as an open secret among staff. Lai portrays Andrew as driven more by compulsive behavior than diplomacy, and former employees recall a constant rotation of women entering his rooms on overseas trips. Financial concerns add to the picture. Investigators say Andrew spent nearly £4 million in travel and accommodation across 10 years, including trips costing over £90,000. With this context, allegations of questionable ties with influential figures in China paint a troubling image of a senior royal using public missions for personal indulgence while the public covered the bill. Now, according to palace insiders, Andrew is clinging to whatever he has left, refusing to accept that the monarchy has moved forward. Without him, reports say he spends most days alone, isolated and disconnected. One insider claims he spends entire days playing video games inside Royal Lodge. Friends say he remains bitter, blaming others for his downfall. But the period of protection is over. The monarchy has chosen accountability over silence. No more hidden arrangements, preferential treatment, or shielding. A man once convinced he was beyond consequences is now facing them. The deeper issue, however, is not the scandal itself, but the silence that enabled it. Lowy says this culture of secrecy, extravagance, and unquestioned privilege existed for years, and more revelations may still surface. For the monarchy to survive, it must prove that even its most protected members are accountable. Public service, royal tradition, and ceremonial duty no longer define Andrew's story. Instead, it reflects a man who believed he was outside the rules and a system that allowed that belief for too long. He once represented Britain abroad. Now he represents what the monarchy must leave behind. Respect is gone, his title is gone, and his residence may be next. This is not just a setback, it is the collapse of a legacy. What do you think? Was Andrew's downfall unavoidable? Should the palace open the envoy files and reveal everything? And based on what has come to light, does he deserve any role in royal life again? Share your thoughts in the comments and remember to subscribe, like, and share.